Hello everyone, I'm Nini FC, this is Blue Lines TV. Welcome to the 5 talking points video after our 1-1 draw against Liverpool, you guys. I'm going to be talking about Eden Hazard and why I feel like this guy is starting to look a bit like Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm going to be talking about Barkley. I'm going to be talking about Marcos Alonso and his improvement in form. I'm going to be talking about Kratzer, and I'm going to be talking about why teams want us to play more down our right hand side compared to the left hand side, and why we've been finding it hard to beat their traps. So anyway, you guys, you know what to do. Smash that like button, help me get more than 500 likes for today's video, and press the bell notification button as well to get notifications for every new video. Now, starting with that main man, Eden Hazard scoring another goal against Liverpool. And when I saw Eden Hazard play against Liverpool, it was the least Eden Hazard-esque performance I've seen from him. And why am I saying that? Well, that was because Eden Hazard wasn't really dropping into his own half to receive the ball. He wasn't really getting involved too much in the build-up play. He was focusing more on those attacking areas, attacking the spaces, and making those runs. And this is what Sarri means by why he feels Hazard is able to get 40 goals, and Sarri keeps putting that pressure on Hazard to score more, affect the goal more, and I think it's starting to pay off, and I think we're going to see a really different Eden Hazard for this season. But there's also another interesting question I'm going to pose to you guys as well. Now, of course, if Hazard is going to play a bit more like Ronaldo in the sense that he's going to focus more on his off-the-ball movement and finishing off moves, are you going to miss a bit of that Eden Hazard magic? Now, as Ronaldo was getting older, you know, his creativity, his skill, it did kind of go away, and he really became more of an efficient player where it was about attacking the spaces, finishing moves, and you didn't really see any of that magic from Ronaldo. You weren't really seeing any long shot goals. You weren't seeing too many free kick goals or many individual moments of skill. Would we be happy to see Hazard going down this route where in a way he does betray his instincts to become a more efficient player in the final third? It's a bit of a tricky one, and I think it's an interesting question when you pose it in a manner like this. And I don't know, you guys, Eden Hazard is Eden Hazard. The way he plays is phenomenal. I would love him to keep that same magic. Of course, I understand that if he has to be more efficient in front of goal, he can't necessarily play to his strengths every single time. But I'm hoping that he's not going to stray too far from his own natural instincts. But in the comment section below, give me your thoughts and opinions. Would you be happy to see a more efficient Eden Hazard if that means that he's not going to be as skillful or run with the ball as much? Or do you think that I'm worrying too much and Hazard can do both? Let me know below. Moving on to the second talking point, that's in regards to Kratzer. And with Kratzer, as I've been saying beforehand, it's starting to feel like he isn't as superhuman as he once was before. Now, with Kratzer under Conte and Mourinho, he really profited from playing in a more defensive system where he had a lot of defensive support around him, and where he could really play to his one-on-one defending strengths and obviously his defensive skills. But now, with Kratzer playing as a fullback where he doesn't get as much defensive support, and he does get left isolated at times in terms of playing with the ball and with defending as well, he is looking more human. Now, we already know that Kratzer isn't the best technical defender out of Christensen, Rudiger and Luiz. We all know that. And we've always known too that he does struggle a bit in terms of the build-up play. Out of the other defenders last season, even though yes, he played more forward passes, he still lost the most possession in his own half. And that's something that is just part of Kratzer's game. Now, can he improve in that manner? Of course he can over time. And, you know, I want to really stress this point, you guys. I'm still giving Kratzer time. I'm still going to be patient with him, but he can really adapt to this new style and this new system. But so far, we are noticing that Kratzer isn't very press resistant. Now, with Kratzer, he likes to play his way out of trouble. He likes to obviously force the pass instead. He isn't someone that's going to beat a press by keeping the ball or using skill or skipping past his man. So in that sense, he can be a bit one-dimensional. And if he does get closed down and pressed aggressively as well, he is more susceptible at losing possession of the ball. Still, I know people have made the argument that they don't like Kratzer because he isn't attacking as much, but as I keep stressing, and as we should know, under Sarri we like to focus more of the attacks down that left hand side. On the right hand side, it's really there to just support the play defensively in a sense. But at the same time, I do kind of agree with Skeptic's opinions a tiny bit, in the sense that I still feel that Aspie should be taking responsibility in the final third when the opportunity does come up, which it definitely does. But so far, we aren't really seeing too much in an offensive capacity, and defensively as well, you know, with Aspie and Kratzer being a bit isolated at times, we are noticing teams and players skipping past them a bit, or Aspie and Kratzer making mistakes. Again, you guys, I personally think, and it's going to be a bit of a cop-out, but I think that we need to give him more time and patience to really feel confident and comfortable in his new role. But in the comment section below, give me your thoughts and opinions. How are you feeling with Aspie and Kratzer? And of course, the Aspie point segues nicely into the third talking point, and that's in regards to our right-hand side. Now, what we are noticing now is that the past 2 games now, especially with Liverpool, is that teams want us to play down that right-hand side. It makes a lot of sense. Number one, with Willian, he doesn't have a left foot, so that does mean that he isn't able to play to his natural instincts, which is to cut inside and play quickly through the middle. He isn't able to do that because he has to play on the right hand side, meaning that the play can get slowed down, meaning that Willian can't really skip past Ben as much. I make this comparison all the time. Imagine playing Robin on the left hand side. Is he going to be the same player? Of course not. Willian's best strengths have always been cutting insides. You've got N'Golo Kante down that right hand side, but to be honest, I don't really see him being an issue at all down that right hand side, because the guy doesn't lose the ball, he does his job, he wins back possession as well, and he's able to keep and sustain the play in the final third. But mostly I think it's down to Willian and Aspie Kratzer, especially when, you know, it's not as if the right back can really play too offensively, and at the same time, Aspie isn't the best offensive right back option. Kante's doing his job, but he's not Pogba, he's not De Bruyne, he's not Jorginho or Cesc, so you can't expect him to have that creative burden down that right hand side. And I really feel that this is why teams actually want us to play down the right hand side, because number one, not only does it stop Alonso getting forward, not only does it stop Hazard from receiving the ball as much, but it also means that our play does get much slower down that right hand side. We do become more susceptible to being pressed down that side as well. And I think that it's going to be an area which more teams are going to start exploiting as the season goes on. With that game against Liverpool, we lost possession of the ball quite a lot down that right hand side. Of course, when you don't have Pedro, who really plays a massive part in helping us relieve pressure, you know, with his ability to have that left foot to cut inside, his ability to make runs behind the lines as well. He plays a massive part in doing this, and it really lets you know that if this guy isn't playing, we really do become more susceptible down that right hand side. Now you guys, cast your minds back to a point I was making briefly a while back in a video I can't even remember, but I was talking about the fact that, you know, with Sarri joining Chelsea, he has the possibilities to really evolve his system and take it to another level. And I personally thought that he might actually tinker with the idea of making the play a bit more balanced, instead of necessarily focusing the play down that left hand side. Allow the right hand side to have that same type of balance. Now, for example, you look at Man City, you can say in a sense that they are very balanced on both sides of the pitch, on the left hand side and the right hand side. You know, you've got guys like De Bruyne and Walker, and guys like Mahrez and Sterling. It is going to play a massive difference, and I think that that's an area that I think Sarri might actually look into in the future, maybe this season, maybe next season. But if anything, I do think that this is a direction that we will need to go down in the future, because I think that it's going to make us even harder to break down, and it's going to make it even harder for opposition teams. Moving into the fourth talking point, that's in regards to Marcos Alonso. Now you guys, and I did say this quite a lot so many times, so no one can use this against me, but I did say that under Sarri, we're going to see certain players that we've known to perform well struggling a bit at times, and we're going to see players that haven't done as well looking like different players under Sarri. And I definitely think that Marcos Alonso falls in that latter camp. I'm seeing a lot of good things with Marcos Alonso. Now, yes, you know, it wasn't every time he was able to dispossess Salah. He did struggle at times, but he was very due diligent with his job. He kept at his task very well, and he's starting to look a bit better defensively one-on-one, and I'm not feeling as nervous with Marcos Alonso. And I think another thing with Alonso is the fact that, and it's always been my major criticism of him, is that he doesn't attack the spaces down the left as much, and I think that his play in the final third isn't as good. But I'm seeing real improvement and development in this area with Marcos Alonso, and the truth is, he has just become a much better player, and I'm definitely starting to see him a lot more differently now. You guys, I like to keep an open mind when I look at players, and I'm feeling that sense of reliability from Marcos Alonso, and I think that Sarri's definitely doing good things with him, and I think that Alonso's starting to look like a much more confident player, so credit to him, and let's see if he can continue that form this season. And to end on the final point, Yes, I got to talk about Ross Barkley. Now, a lot of people feel that I just criticize Barkley for the sake of it, and there's no real point to what I'm talking about. To be honest, I think that you're being a bit disingenuous to yourself, because I only say things that I'm seeing on the pitch. And if I'm seeing Ross Barkley, coming on for a spell, it's not as if the guy's Jorginho where he's playing like 115 passes on average a game. Then I'd be okay if he lost possession maybe 2 or 3 times a game. It's natural. But when he's not playing as much and he's losing possession in crucial areas of the pitch, it's not good enough. Against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup, we saw him do it twice, and Liverpool were nearly able to prosper from that and get a goal from that. He did it again for the Sturridge goal. A lot of people blame that on Kante for not getting close to him, but I feel that you have to see the bigger picture. If you keep constantly losing possession of the ball in the final third, you're going to invite opportunities like this to happen. Now, when Sturridge scored that goal, no one in the stadium expected that to happen. No one did. It came from nowhere. It was quick, improvisational play, so you can't blame Kante for that. That's ridiculous. You have to blame Barkley for losing unnecessary possession of the ball. Hazard was free on the left hand side. It was a very simple, basic pass to play. You guys, I sit on the east hand side, I have the most perfect view of the pitch. There was no pressure on Barkley when he had to play that pass to, so it was no excuse, and he's just constantly doing it and doing it. And you guys, don't think that I'm just making a big deal out of nothing. Look at how we play. Our build-up comes from playing out from the back. We can't afford to lose possession in our own half. We've got fullbacks that push forward. It's basically a pivot of Jorginho, Luiz and Rudiger. We have to be as good on possession as possible, because if we lose possession of the ball easily, it means that teams will get straight counter-attacking opportunities, and they're going to be very likely to score from them. And I'm not seeing any improvement in Barkley's play. Sarri's giving this guy a lot of confidence. He uses him quite a lot. He's always coming on as a substitute as well, and we're not seeing much from him. Not in their defensive capacity. Yes, he looks like he works hard, but how many 50-50s is he winning? What's he doing in the final third? Yes, he's got very good long shots, but we're not really seeing anything. And I personally feel that this style of football just isn't his game. He's always been a guy that plays mostly on the counter-attack with space, playing closer to someone like Lukaku. And I think playing this style of possession football where you have to be good at resisting a press, being good on the ball, playing people in, I'm not too sure if that's his game. But anyway, you guys, that's going to end today's video. Please like, comment and subscribe. I'm the FC. This is Blue Lions TV. Signing out.